Welcome back to Trax News. Maybelline partnership with Dylan Mulvaney leads to calls for a boycott. Luckily, the good news is America had enough of these games, these head games, where you have to say my pronouns and do this and do that and so on and so forth. Maybe we're starting to realize, right? Bill Maher said it really well. I guess lipstick and pronouns is not enough to make you a woman. Okay? A woman is a woman, a man is a man, and America's starting to figure that out. Meanwhile, you got MS-13 gang member released from prison, charged with killing Uber Eats driver in a demonic murder. So basically, this guy's trying to feed his family, doing Uber Eats in this fucked up economy, and gets slaughtered and murdered by this fucking brutal, vicious killer. Of course, he's had a miserable life himself. But to take this guy's life who's just trying to deliver food is fucking heartbreaking. And don't think it can't happen to you. And why is it happening? Well, it's because of this fucking idiot. And the games that the Democrats are playing. It's got to fucking end. It's got to get flushed out. Look what the fuck he's saying over here. Let's see this. This is from the President of the United States. Astonishing economic record. Yeah, America's back in the factory business. This is a delusional shit. America's back in the factory business, just like this guy is, whoever the fuck he says he is. I hate to put it that way, but I had enough for the sake of the people that are struggling. The reality of America and what's going on it looks more or less something like this. Well, this bastard is doing something like that. So this image right here incorporates things very, very clearly. The world is about to understand the meaning of weak men create hard times. What do you see here, these three fucking chumps? What you see is people living in gated communities, in secluded places, surrounded. There's no MS-13 gang member running around after these three fucking idiots. They're not delivering Uber Eats to get hacked into pieces. So they don't care. They get to entertain delusion and tell you what it is, and that is the tragic aspect of it all. There's Dylan again. He's having a great time. Woo! He's jumping right in. Hopefully, if only he sunk right down to the bottom, that'd be something. Let's see what else is going on in the news. Media ignoring developments on the Hunter laptop. Nah, why would you want to committing crimes? Everything they accused Trump of doing, they were doing themselves. Nah. Sweep it under the rug. What's the reality? Joe fucking Biden is corrupt and beholden to China. The enemy is in the gates. They control. There's something going on where they're really, some of the choices that Joe Biden is making, the things that he's doing, particularly with withdrawing the troops before the people in Afghanistan, is really Chinese control over this country. Hard to believe, but it is what it is. Yeah, so this is coming to the end, right? They wanted to say, oh yeah, you could just say I'm a woman and this and that and all this and all your feelings and all that, and these people should be able to compete in women's sports. Again, I don't want to belittle anybody who feels like they're in the wrong body or they want to be something else or I want to be a woman or I want to be this, I want to be that. But you got to draw the line somewhere. You can't go into fucking sports that are already separated by male and female and put the guys in there that just want to say that they're girls. It doesn't make any fucking sense. You got to figure that out on your own. And luckily, everyone's trying to figure that the fuck out. Let's see what's going on here.
Governors quashed the rights. Politicians passed the laws. The bankers installed the control grid.
Individual carbon footprint tracker.
The stooges laundered the money. The DoD placed the orders.
Is it likely that American tax dollars funded the gain of function research that created this virus?
I think it did, not only from NIH, but from the State Department, USAID, and from DoD.
This guy's telling the truth.
Corporations fulfill the contracts.
Pfizer is making tons of money from its vaccine.
The regulators approved the solution. The laws shielded the contractors.
Bureaucracy.
The agencies ignored the sick.
It's all a scam. You'd be better off without it. It's just, humanity has a curse. It doesn't understand what's actually going on. People think that, oh yeah, this This is important. The degree, the institution, the therapist, the this, the that, all these fantasy delusions, when all reality is what they're doing is destroying human lives. Let's see, a gold heist in Canada's airport gives 10th grader a lap dance at school. All right, a 10th grader is getting a nice little lap dance from, because they want you to, this is the biggest, they're solving the problems of the world with a lap dance for a 10th grader from a transit. So here's Tampax coming at you.
People got really upset about the prospect of me doing a tampon partnership. I mean, it made the news. And then the tampon brands, they got real quiet.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
That's all right.
I'm going to go hand...
Shove that tampon right up your ass, Dylan. No worries. Just have a good go at it. No problem, bro. The Biden campaign, this motherfucker line.
50 former national intelligence folks who said that what he's accusing me of is a Russian plant. They have said that
that's how they do it.
Has all the
they'll get 50 people to sign off, and they'll tell the American people it's a Russian plant. They're lying straight to your fucking faces. And the people that, you can't be angry at this piece of shit. You got to be angry at the people that believe it. Yeah, Trump's the bad guy. This motherfucker right now, there's some soldiers that were caught up in Iraq with arms missing, not in Iraq, in Afghanistan, that had to protect people getting to the airport with arms missing, eyes missing, faces missing because of this piece of shit. And he's sitting here talking about Russian plant and so on and so forth. And people were worried about Trump, who was really preventing. It's just how backwards and upside down this world really is what this segment of news is about. Meanwhile, Russia's still making moves. It wants revenge all over the place. The Ukraine war has been completely botched. Too little, too late for Ukraine. They're bleeding each other dry over there. It is the destruction of innocence of childhood in an attempt to validate insecure, sick adults. This is a great quote.
The States is leading the way. We provided Ukraine with nearly $7 billion in security assistance since I took office.
Motherfuckers don't even know what $7 billion is.
We intend to announce more than $800 billion.
When the fuck are they going to come out with $7 billion for this fucking country and for what the fuck is going on? You telling me you can't build apartment buildings for these fucking assholes for $7 billion? Of course you could. They don't care. Nobody gives a fuck. That's the problem. You got to get real. Listen to this woman. She's going to explain it to you, you motherfuckers. Oh, this is not the one, yeah. Ransacked Walmart in a community.
175
Meanwhile,
177 million.
177 million.
At the record-breaking level now. We've already broken the record by many, many millions. So $178 million. There it is, with leash.
Meanwhile, someone's got $178 million for a watch. I wonder why. They're probably from Ukraine. They probably got some of that Ukrainian money. That $7 billion Joe's been passing around. How else do you make that money? Someone who's buying a watch for $178 million, they robbed this fucking country blind.
Your ATM is safe. Your banks are safe. There's enough cash in the financial system. And there's an infinite amount of cash at the Federal Reserve. An infinite amount of cash at the Federal Reserve.
An infinite amount of cash at the Federal Reserve.
Infinite amount of money that you have to pay for by not affording groceries. And then, of course, a train derailment here and there while Putin attacks the infrastructure of this country to take revenge. Someone else has to pay the price.
My question is, have you seen anything at this point that gives you a high degree of confidence that the Wuhan Institute of Virology was the origin of this virus?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have. And I think that the World Health Organization
is a fucking scam. That's obvious, but he's going to tell you the honest truth, and you're going to call him a liar, and then you're going to listen to fucking Fauci, you pieces of shit. Here's a nice little robbery. Let's see what's happening here. How is this going to play out? It's going to play out by getting shot. And that's the everyday person. Yeah, $178 million watch, and they're fucking fighting over a motorcycle in the middle of the fucking street.
Very disturbing news from the United Nations as a report released in March backs the decriminalization of sexual relations between a child and an adult as long as the child, quote, consents. Direct quotes from the report states, quote, sexual...
So when you got all that money, all they want to do is fulfill their sexual perversions with children. And they're in power, and they're going to do it.
How old are you, honey?
There he is. How old are you, sweetie?
11 years old. Talk to me before we leave, okay? How old are you, honey?
This guy's out of his fucking mind, man.
Every grocery store looks like this.
Let this woman explain shit to you.
Everything is either on the floor. Look at this. Can't even get no fucking food for my kids, G. Look at this. Came in the store to try to buy something because I'm not a thief. Look at this.
Me neither.
In my hood, can't even get no food for my kids. Babies need milk.
Yeah, she can't even shop in her own neighborhood because no one gives a fuck about her, and the people know it.
Rates is the decline.
The decline of the U.S. dollar, it's all a scam. Get real. What am I telling you in this video? Get fucking real. It's all a scam. You're on your own. The government, the bureaucracy can't help you. All of this shit is all bullshit. This is the reality of what the fuck is going on here. This guy's getting in the car. Let's see what happens next. Oh, yeah. You know, you're getting in the car in the morning. Now you got to battle for your life. They're coming for him. They wanted that car, you know what I'm saying? No opportunities, no nothing. $7 billion in Ukraine. You could have gave all these fuckers a nice little job. They would have changed the course of their lives. But it'll never happen. You know why it'll never happen? It's not Joe Biden's fault. It's your fault. You buy into the stupid shit. You believe it. The masses out there, they believe it. Hillary, she's going to change, hope and change. I'm with her. This, that, the shit they play, and you believe it. You have no self-esteem of your own. And you have no fucking sense of reality. And you buy into it and you let people deal with this shit. How the fuck they elect this motherfucker, Joe? Who the fuck voted for this crackhead, old, rickety-crickety motherfucker, bro? Watching Jimmy Kimmel say, oh, yeah. Who would ever want Trump? Yeah, here's what you get when you get Joe Biden as president. Hear this? The sound of 18,000 cows being burnt alive. Why? Well, probably because these are soft targets for Putin to hit as revenge for a war. How would I know? I'm just a guy in New York, a jeweler. Well, the CNN doesn't say so. Well, that's because you're a fucking idiot. Now, I hope you learned something, all right? So that's Trax News today. Billions of dollars on Obamacare for illegal immigrants. Anything to fuck you over. That's what the fuck they do while Putin's doing this. All right, have a good night.